Hi. I got a very special 6-grain milk stout from Austin Street. It's barrel aged 6-grain, and it ups the alcohol content quite a bit. It's 7.4. It's usually like 6 something. And I love 6-grain, regular 6-grain. I think I even did a video review of their coffee 6-grain last time I went there. I got that, and I'm not sure what all the grains are. I forgot to ask them, but assuming it has barley, oats, wheat, rye, maybe spelt, but it's not as sweet as a lot of these pastry milk stouts these days, but it's still definitely a milk stout. And I think they aged this one for like 3 months in barrels. Might be wrong about that. I didn't look up what barrels it is, but probably some kind of whiskey barrel, if not bourbon. I've not tried it yet. And I think this batch was released like less than 2 months ago. And looks just as good as regular 6-grain. Really nice head on there. A lot of times the barrel-aged stouts don't have as much of a nice head, especially with stronger ones. But it'll be very nice to have a barrel-aged beer that's not gigantic. And I'm getting some whiffs already. Yeah. The sweet, creamy, sort of like malted milk ball notes from the original 6-grain are coming through, but there's definitely some bourbon in there. It's kind of on the edges, but it smells quite sweet still. Really nice head on this. That's a fantastic looking beer. Yeah, very chocolatey. And just hints of whiskey, but nothing like the last barrel-aged stout I had, which is a Hill Farmstead one that was like extremely big on the bourbon nose. It's, still mostly malted milk ball. Yep. More whiskey in the taste. A little bit of a dark fruit quality comes in. It's not as sweet as I thought it was going to be. Pretty nice mouthfeel, but it's got almost like a slight acidity that it didn't have before. It seems it's not sour or infected or anything. Nice lacing, and then there's some lingering barrel, but not getting booziness. It's just oaky and spicy. It finishes rather dry, even though it smelled like it was going to be sweeter. The mouthfeel is still pretty nice. It isn't massive. I'm sure if you look at reviews of this, some people are going to be saying it's a bit thin. But original 6-grain isn't a giant pastry stout. This doesn't amp it up that much. And there's, lots of spicy, almost like spiced rum-like flavors coming afterwards. Little vanilla, but not too sweet. And the tannins are making it bitter and drying it out much more than the original 6-grain has. So this one is definitely a not pastry. I'm feeling the tannins on my tongue. It gives you a little bit of that. I like to call it cat tongue, but it's kind of like overbrewed tea. If you ever have the last swig of some tea that's been sitting there for a while, it's bitter and kind of earthy. That's what this has. So yeah, even at 3 months, which I think is how long they aged this one, I add a lot of barrel character. That's really nice. I wish more breweries would do this sort of mid-range strength barrel-aged beers. I think it's a little hard because you have to make sure you don't age them too long. And this one definitely has the barrel character coming through after a few sips. Maybe sort of coconutty vanilla, but it's not too sweet. Yeah, really good beer. I haven't had anything quite like this, actually, I would have to say. Because a lot of lower strength barrel aged like stouts are they're just really hard to do, or they're kind of not very complex, like interesting beers, like the Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale from like Lexington Brewery, or Innocent Gun, where they spend like, you know, a couple weeks in the barrels, and it seems like they just maybe pour a little bit of bourbon flavor in there or something. This one is definitely barrel aged, just got lots of tannins going on. But the really nice sweet 6 grain still is in there up front. So maybe a 4.5 for me. And it's getting a little char too. It's a really cool beer, really unique. Highly recommended. I think they still have it at the brewery. I don't know when they're gonna do it again, but it's worth the $6 a can. Bye.